Welcome back. We're going to be getting into our Fyreslayer army some more with our endless spells, and we're using the Magmadroth and the Runic Firewall. So we already have them all primed up, and we're going to get into painting. It's going to be a little different because I'm seeing like he's got some like armor panels on him and stuff, and you know, I wanna use more than just like one color, but we'll see what happens. I think what we're gonna do first, I'm just looking at this guy because, like, you know, our fire for us is blue, right? So that would be all this stuff underneath this, and this stuff would be a different color, which I don't know if it'll look as good if it's like that. So maybe we'll do the underneath as the orange, and then do the top part as blue. Yeah, that might probably be better. Okay, so let's do with our orange. Let's start with our orange. So we're gonna use our Gryph-hound contrast paint, Gryph-hound orange. I already kind of know how I'm gonna do this. So for the firewall, we're just gonna hit the bottoms. Try to get like different angles of it. Like not just just kind of flop it through there like that, and then we're gonna make sure we get the inside though, the whole ground in there. Same thing for anything up here, because we'll be painting the top with regular paint, so it's okay if we overflow on top. So just kind of get in there, do your best. Get the floor and those cracks. Okay. Same thing on this side. Do the bottom first just because it's the most place you have to get in there. Okay, now we can just come across the shards here. So there we go. That gives us that. Now for this guy, we really want to try to avoid getting the top layer. So I think we have to switch to a smaller brush. Because the other one in the other one it's fine because we have some easier plans, but this guy's a little bit more different. Let me see this brush, I guess. Maybe this brush, and we'll just get the major parts here. So we want to get in there. Ooh, this is not going good. This is not flowing how I want it to. Oh well, we'll have to kind of work with it here. Just kind of want it to flow into there, but you know, obviously that's not really working right now. Hopefully when we take the other color on the top and we can blend it and maybe a little bit better. I don't know, we'll see. But so far, not so good. But we can fix it. Everything can be fixed. I'm like looking at this, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna go good. But I think I've said this in some videos, you just gotta trust it sometimes and just kind of cross your fingers and hope for the best. You know, it's not, I'm honest with you guys, right? I'm not gonna be like, everything works out all the time, always, right? It does not. So maybe this will be one of those times. We will see. So it's kind of like kind of want to clean up around here. Still have lots of stuff over here to get. At the very least, I know that I'm pretty sure that the firewall will turn out pretty good. So for the last paint step on these guys though, I won't be able to show it because it's going to involve spray paint, but I'm going to do like a light mist of white over both of these things, just to get some more like highlighty colors on them, kind of like how we do the zenithal on everything, but we'll just do it after this whole thing is painted, but much lighter than the zenithal because we don't want to cover up all the color. It's just some of it with some white sparkles to kind of give it more highlightiness, the technical term for it. I think that can do it for this brush. Go back to the bigger guy. Yeah, this is good. I don't want to completely ruin that brush. Okay, and same thing on here on the bottom. We just kind of cover up all this stuff and get the cracks in there because we are going to be using a normal gray for this. Actually, it's not light actually, but the last step being the primer. No, it's after the contrast is done. I will be doing a white spray over the top of the contrast parts, and then going in with a brush after. So you guys will see all that nonsense. Just getting those cracks. Let's get in there. All right. So that's that. And now we can move on to our blue. That's our aromatic blue. That's our color of our flames. So shake that up. And for this to help it not seep into the orange as much. We're just gonna hold it upside down and wash your brush off after each one, because if you're touching that orange, you don't want to get the orange into your contrast paint. Yeah! And then drop it all over your shirt. Gets pretty dry in here, so let's just go kind of across, get that all nice and painted. Switch over to this side. And just kind of do like a blend with it. That orange is still super wet over there. I think to fix that, we can just go from the top here, like that. Alright, cool. So there's our firewall stuff right now. Now we gotta go to this guy. And we'll save the more saturated areas of the orange for last. So like, let's start from his top here. There's no orange. Like wetly dance around in those areas with this paint to get the blue to go where we want it. Ooh, and see how it's kind of darkening in there when it's all mixed together, so that's what we don't want. We could wait till it dries, but then we have the chance of the orange showing through everything, so I mean, we can be a little aggressive with it here and hope that if we saturate it enough, it might take over. But that's a gamble that I'm taking. So let's get his face before we ruin everything else. Make sure we're getting in there. Working on this. Try to do like a light touch over the top of everything and see what that kind of does. Because you don't need a lot, and it will thin out and kind of fill in areas when you let it go. So this is kind of this orange is pretty thick. Let's keep wiping off our brush while we work through these problem areas here. See, when you accidentally touch some of the color, it makes it not so good. So just trying to safely get through some of these areas that are primarily this color so that we don't have to worry about those being not good. And we can get all the rest of it after the fact. Just try to be as precise with your brush as you can. Even though we are using a bigger brush here, but you know, just kind of just go on this area here. Clean up in there. Take it across the chest. Oop. If we wanted to, we could take this whole thing, like, we could have waited for the orange to dry and then kind of gone over the top of it with a white again. And that would give us the base for this stuff. But, you know, you've been here long enough to know that I'm not patient for that. Let's go here. Let's just do some little dots in these areas. Just start dotting. So what we're going to do is, after this is done, we're going to let the contrast dry, which, you know, it's going to take a while because of how much we're putting on here. And then I'm going to spray it with the white primer over the top, and then we'll come back to it at that point, and then do any touch-ups and all the other steps too along the way. That. Okay. There and there. All right. Back there. Should I get under the jaw here? All right, cool. So we'll let these dry. And then we will come back with them with a white primer spray over the top, and then we will continue. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, apparently I was filming and it cut off at some point. But what I did is just went through with the medium sea gray and painted all the rims of here and the rims of here, like the little worldly parts. And now we're gonna go in with this deep sky blue on the ruins and get that done. I guess what I was saying was that, I'm sorry, that sucks. I don't know why that happened. That while, oh, my turntable is broken. So that sucks. So we'll kind of have to go back to the old ways for a little bit of doing the turnarounds at the end. But until I find a suitable solution. So just going through here. This is the color that we paint the runes on the actual guys, so let's let them stand out a little bit more. And we've done our white misting over the top of all of these. I think that's probably got missed in the video too. Dang, I missed a... Guess I lost a whole lot of footage right there. That kind of sucks. But it's okay. It's just, it was painting gray and then explaining that we did that whole white overspray thing that I was talking about earlier. So now we got our little runes on there. Let's go through and get all the tops of them, the sides. Making sure I'm still filming, because I don't want this to happen again. Keep going, we're almost done. Might have paled this out too much because it doesn't really look very blue anymore on here. Maybe from far away. It is like that other matic blue. It definitely looks blue down there. Okay. So that is that. So that we'll let that gray dry some more, but while that one is drying, we can take our, oh no, because we have to do it on that too, huh? I was like, we can take our black and do the black rims on here, but I have to do the dry brush and everything on it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see how it's doing. It looks dry. Let's give it a whack, I guess. Oh, this is not dry. Here's that. Alright, so let's go to our known oil that we spilled out half of it on. So that was pretty cool. Wasn't on camera, so you guys didn't get to see that cool thing happen. Where I spilled it all over the place. That's what this whole like wet spot here is. No, it's not dry yet. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay, just put it right there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is not ready yet. So we're gonna have to let that sit again. And then we'll come in with that and finish it up. So we'll see you in a little bit once that dries. Okay, now that things are dry, we can actually put on the wash now. So let's get our known oil and then just start spreading it on. You can probably use a better brush than this, but it's okay if we make it really dark because we're gonna dry brush over the top of it. Just like, you know, be careful about like those big globby like pooling areas and just kind of take extra care around the rest of the model to not and make sure you're getting like those spots right there like that will show up if you're not paying attention. this is going to bring out all our detail on our base and especially here on the back, since like people will be looking through the monster to see this stuff, so just make sure you're getting in there. Cool. So that gives us that one. Now this guy will be a lot easier. You can see all that detail is coming out on this and really showing. And we are still recording good. I'm all paranoid now ever since that section got missed. Alright, now we just let that dry, and then we'll come back. There's like a cat hair in here. Get that out. So let that dry, we'll come back with our dry brush, and that should be a wrap for this. So stand by and we'll be back in a second. Okay, now this should have had plenty of time to dry. We'll just go on to our dry brush and be done with it. So we're going to use our Ghost Gray and get these guys done. So all we have left now, oh god, I say it like we don't have that much left. We have a lot left. We have, I'm trying to find a bigger brush here. We have 2 more HQs to paint, one of which I will spare from putting on the channel because it's the guy that we converted for our Dream Army. It's not that exact. It's not that model. It's the regular version of that model. Then we have a Battlesmith to paint, and then 30 Berserkers. So that's gonna be fun. But you know, we got this process down pretty short of painting our guys. So hopefully it's not that bad. So just start dry brushing over these, get those edges. And then, like I said, I don't know if I said it during the part that went missing or what, but my turntables are broken right now, so I have to order replacements. So we'll do like a little turnaround for the camera for these guys. So here's our first Magmic Invocation. Might want to darken that up in there a little bit more, like, because it's kind of ashy looking because of the spray that we did. But I like it. I like how this guy turned out. And then we will do pictures though for the, well, we will not pictures. I mean you know, the final thing with the music and the blah 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 in the photo box, so don't you worry. And what happens if we go over these a little bit? These runes just a little bit. Not a whole lot. And that's this guy. So we got our runic firewall. I think it turned out pretty. I like it. I like the colors that we got going on here. It's not like the typical drab and, you know, metallics and fire that you get when you see these armies a lot. So yeah, so as always, thanks for watching. Stick around for the close-ups and stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one. Oh wait, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, blah 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 blah. You know the YouTube stuff. All right, bye.